You know what, guys? I'm about to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. No, that's not what I meant. I miss Jaiden Animations. We've looked at Jaiden Animations a little bit recently, but the last two times, it was either really personal, more serious topics, or it was Jaiden's Pokemon Adventure. And while those were both amazing, it feels like it's been so long since I just watched some normal Jaiden videos. You know what I'm saying? And so today, I thought it would be fun to sit back and watch some more classic Jaiden and hear funny, random life stories, because that's what it's all about. Also, I am dressed full fanboy today. I've had this merch for so long and I keep forgetting to put it on for a video, but here we are. Things I do that adults probably don't do. Jaiden Edition. You know, I think to be a YouTuber and do what we do, you have to be a little not normal adult. As much as you guys may like me, let's keep it real. I'm not a normal adult. And so, Jaiden is also not a normal adult. And so let's hear about it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. People, let's go. Make sure you subscribe to Jaiden. Her link is in the description. And at the end of the video, you need to support the original creator. But for now, people, 3, 2, 1.
I'm sort of stealing this idea from Jaiden Animations. Wait, no, that's not right. I'm not stealing it.
I'm plagiarizing it.
Two can play at that game, James. Things I do that adults probably don't do. Plagiarized Jaiden Edition. Also, by the way, I'm very proud of you, James. Congrats on trending. Again. I mean, if I were to choose one of your videos to end up being on the top of the YouTube trending list, I'd probably want to choose the one where you tell people to watch my videos at the very start anyway. Now go watch James's videos.
Jaiden, I'll get to it, okay? I didn't know of this lore. Guys, I truly go in blind to these things. I'll have to check out the other one later, okay? But I can't do it right now, so we have to look at the plagiarized one first.
I think I'm supposed to fall in the category of adult now, and apparently, according to Psychology Today, some of the requirements to being an adult are, don't be a jerk. Okay, check.
False.
I think I have that one down.
False.
If there's a situation where I can either be a jerk or not be a jerk, I'll probably choose not being a jerk. That one's not too hard. Check your ego.
What? Okay, wait. This is very optimistic of whatever this list is. So many adults are jerks. What? There are kids who aren't jerks, you know? There are kids who check their ego and aren't jerks. Is this really about being adults or just a good person?
Check your ego. Check, it wasn't high to begin with. Call people back. People don't call me.
Yikes.
So I think... check. As much as I might have some of the traits to be an adult in society's eyes, there's still a lot of things I do that adults probably don't do. So I'm gonna steal James's idea and talk about him.
Yay.
James just told me he kinda hates that video because it's old. So go and watch it and tell him, yeah, it's pretty old. I do this weird thing I like to call the perfect bite, trademarked. Basically, when I'm eating, I can't just be a normal person. That's the gist of it. What I do is, after I sit down with a meal, I'll analyze it before I actually start eating. I'll look for a potato chip that's the best size, a vegetable that has the right amount of seasoning, an area on a sandwich where the ingredients are at perfect ratio with each other. I'll find where the best bite would be, and not eat it. I'll start eating where the second best bite is.
Oh, and you
second
save
best,
it?
Wouldn't you? No, I already know what you're gonna say. When eating perfect bite TM style, you can't start off eating the most absolute perfect bite. That's how you ruin everything. You don't want to ruin everything. You start with the second best and work your way around the best so you can finish the meal with the perfect bite.
Oh my gosh, this is too much thinking, Jaiden. You poor tortured genius. I can't imagine my brain being on that level of processing while I'm eating food. That's incredible. It's incredible, but oh my gosh, it sounds terrible. Sounds like absolute mental anguish every time.
Boom, it all comes full circle. Start off with the almost best bite, end it on the perfect one. A good summary of the entire meal. I don't want to end on an unsatisfying bite. That would just make me disappointed and sad. I don't know of anyone else who does this. I don't even know how I started doing it, to be honest. I've always eaten food this way and been a freak. I'll end up having a plate with little individual bites of burrito, stray pieces of fruit, a single french fry. And when eating with other people, it looks really weird because there's just tiny sporadic bites organized on my plate. Sometimes they ask about it and I have to go through the whole process of how to eat perfect bite TM style with them and explain all the rules and yada yada yada, the whole story. And they judge me. But you know what? Don't knock it till you try it, okay?
Jaiden, Jaiden. I trust your suggestions, Jaiden, but I ain't never trying that. I ain't never trying that. My brain overthinks enough as it is, bro. When I'm eating, that's when I need to stop worrying about life. I can't do that. When I eat, I'm looking for an escape from the real world.
The perfect bite, TM, is a powerfully underrated technique. You don't even know. I wonder if I can copyright it too. Since I'm on my own, I have the freedom to decorate my living space with pretty much whatever I want. I like interior decorating. It's fun to decide what can go where and choosing color schemes and all that house stuff. But even though I enjoy good decor, I also don't take it very seriously. I buy things that are goofy and kind of stupid because when I walk into the room and see them, they make me laugh because of how ridiculous they are. I got a gift card for a home supply store I'd never been to before, and after a while of not using it, I decided, it's probably about time I use this.
Oh, I thought she was gonna say, guys, I might sound insane when I say this. I thought she was gonna say, it sat there for a while and she's like, oh, I could use this as decoration and just put it on their wall. Because I was literally doing stuff like that at my last place. At my last place, I just wanted all of my walls to be like fully covered. And so I would take the dumbest things, like movie tickets, random things that get like handed out to me when I'm in like a public place. I'll just put them on my wall. It was very silly. So that's probably a thing I do that adults probably don't do.
He said it!
And apparently Jaiden doesn't do that one either, so I just made myself look a little bit silly, but it's okay.
I walked into the place with $25 and no expectations and came out with two things. A kitchen ornament with nothing but a funny looking rooster on it and in bold letters the word eat. I don't know why I liked it so much. Maybe just the fact that it says eat with a possibly aggravated rooster on it. I don't know what that expression is. I'm just making an educated guess. It's pretty absurd, and I like it. Putting it in the kitchen makes it seem like it's a rule. And I mean, you gotta obey the rooster here. When you're in the kitchen, you should probably eat. If kitchens were to have one rule, that'd probably be it. And the second thing I bought was a big case of plastic mini dinosaurs. I saw them and was like, yep, these belong in my house. Here's pictures of them.
Really? I guess they're all right. I don't know. I think Jaiden is like a secret interior design genius because I feel like if I had something like this, I wouldn't put it in a way that would look aesthetically pleasing. I feel like Jaiden knows what she's doing. And also, shout out to the salt lamp. Let's go! Yo, shout out to the lamps. Been holding it down for years now. I never talk about my salt lamps, but I love them and appreciate them. And guys, why don't you say in the comments, thank you, salt lamp. Wouldn't that be nice? Show the salt lamp some love.
One time, my friend came over, walked into my office and went, what's this? A dinosaur?
Duh.
And then he smacked the mini dinosaur off the desk and slammed down a bigger one he bought in place of it. That was a fun time. I also bought this stuffed toucan, and he makes me very happy. I was in Target looking for a lamp and saw him down the aisle, and I like physically stopped. My instinctual reaction was just, oh my god, I didn't realize how much I needed this toucan right now. Get in my life. So whenever I walk into my room and see him, I get happy. I don't think adults are supposed to buy plastic dinosaurs, slightly aggravated roosters, or dopey looking toucans as interior decorations.
I like it.
I start getting really stressed and anxious when a conversation with someone ends and no one has anything else to say, because there's a possibility where there will be a few seconds of silence and staring at each other like, so the conversation has ended.
Oof.
Yep, we're done here. Until someone eventually goes, well, I'll see you later then. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Okay, I'ma keep it real. You know when you get that the most in life, I think? When you are a YouTuber or like a well-known person and you are meeting people. A viewer like comes up and says hi and you talk. You can have great conversations, but it's like, there's so many times where it just becomes kind of like an awkward silence. And to be fair, I mean, we did a whole video where we talked about YouTubers meeting viewers in person. So if you want to know like my opinions and my thoughts, watch that video. But I will say, with a little meeting like that, saying hi, taking a picture, whatever, it is supposed to be like relatively brief because, you know, you don't know how busy that person is that day and they probably have something important to get to. So you want to be respectful of their time. But because the person's excited to meet said YouTuber, a lot of the time they aren't gonna like rush to get out of there, right? So there's so many times where you just have to like a silence will just happen, you know? And it's like, okay, well, nice to meet you. I hope you have a good day. Because this conversation is now longer than, you know, you really want to talk to someone you don't know. With that being said, if you ever see me in public, please feel free to say hi. Totally cool.
I don't care that hate's a strong word. I have a strong hate for it. I think it's just one of the worst ways to end an interaction with someone. You could have had the most transcendent conversation in the history of ever. Hey, I'm so glad we found a solution to world hunger and discovered the chemical formula for the cure to cancer. But if it ends with that 3 seconds of awkward staring, it's ruined everything. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Worked pretty hard on it. In attempt to avoid that situation, my solution is to try and catch the conversation's end at the perfect time so it's a flawless conclusion with no bumbling around. Like, if it was a human conversation simulator game, I'd totally get an A++ super with stars and hearts, and the person's little avatar would go, that's what I would do if I was normal. But since I'm exceedingly bad at anything related to social competence, what typically happens is I start leaving in the middle of them still talking. I mean, I don't mean to do it. I realize the conversation is ending, and I try to over-prepare by beginning to step away so they can finish their statement, and it's an easy transition to the conclusion. But I'm really bad at gauging when the right time to start retracting from the conversation is, and I misjudge how much left they have to say. So it ends up going something like, it was the biggest, fattest squirrel I've ever seen.
Oh, that's crazy. Have a great day.
That's insane. Well, and then my little sister came into the room and saw it and started freaking out, and she...
You've already come this far, Jaiden.
She thought it was a mutated monster squirrel, and... yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I wish I could have seen it. Yeah, it was crazy.
Jaiden, get out of there!
Yeah, so I'll talk to you later. Yeah, okay, bye. Why does it seem like someone's either really good or really bad at social interaction? It's either, oh my god, this is me, / relatable. / I don't know. Or it's simple. Just don't be stupid. I'm excited to be at the adult stage in life where all of a sudden socializing is easy. When does that part happen when becoming an adult? Whenever that wants to happen?
Doesn't.
That'd be great. In the meantime, I'll just have to endure not knowing how to end conversations.
Yeah, I don't know. Jay, you're asking the wrong person on that one. When does socializing become normal as an adult? Let me tell you, it don't. At least not for me. I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't become easy to talk to humans yet. I can't say that's become easy.
One time I was trying to end a phone call with someone and I didn't know how to bring up, hey, I have to go now, because they kept talking.
Yeah,
and I ended up being on the phone with them for an entire extra hour.
Hour?
That was not fun.
Oh my gosh. That was the most meta ending you could have possibly done. That was amazing. That was so meta. Incredible. A whole other hour. So here's my problem. I stay on the phone with people for like 5 hours because I don't like not talking. Like, I'm bad at not talking, right? If you couldn't tell. And so when I'm talking to the homie or a loved one, I will just let the conversation go on for hours and hours because I don't want to go do whatever responsible adult thing I have to do. Like, I don't know, edits. That's what it usually is. Usually I'm putting off editing, and so I'll just let my check-in with the homie be 4 hours. But I mean, I guess it's a compliment. They're willing to talk to me for that long, so that's cool. Maybe I'm not so bad at talking after all. Verdict on that one, A+. Yeah, that was super, super fun. And I think I know exactly how to continue this.
My random thoughts. I would imagine it's safe to say that Jaiden has a lot of random thoughts.
I would say that too, Kermit. If I have learned anything from these videos, it's that Jaiden has some random thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I just said. So are we gonna watch it?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Oh boy. You know what it is, homies. 3, 2, 1, go!
Let's start off being honest right off the bat. I have no idea what this video is. I just had a random idea in my head. What if I tried to make a video that has literally no point to it? So here we are. Over the course of like a month or two, I started jotting down some of the random things that have crossed my brain and stuff along that line. Not the kind that are philosophical or have a deeper meaning, just the stupid ones. This video might change the way you view me as a person. Whatever, I don't care. Let's get started. I was going through my phone contacts the other week, and I was like, you know what? I want to get rid of the people I don't really need to have in here. Some contact spring cleaning. So I started deleting people I've never talked to, and the further in I got, the more I was thinking, who are these people? Where'd they even come from? Jacob Acorn. I've never met a Jacob Acorn before. The frick? And then there'd be people where I only added their first name. Ashley.
Oh no! So, that is so relatable. That is so relatable. Honestly, I think that happens way more as an adult than as a teenager or a younger person. Because as an adult, you meet people from all walks of life from different things. I mean, I guess maybe I'm a little different because like my friends are all over the world. But when you get someone's number, you put in their name, and since it's not like you're in a school class with multiple people with the same name, you don't think to put like their initial or something like that. So this happens to me all the time. I will have like 3 people with completely different numbers with the same first name, and it's like, well, I guess I'm never speaking to any of them again because I don't know who's who. I'm not gonna go through that. I'm not gonna go through that awkward moment.
Robert, I think you need to man up and just do it!
Kermit, what do you have to gain from me messaging people that I never talk to?
I don't know. Maybe they have important things for you and maybe for Kermit the Frog.
I can almost guarantee that if I message David number 3, he will have nothing for you, Kermit.
Ashley? I'm assuming Newberry?
Newberry?
Yeah, I don't talk to her. Ooh, wait, wrong Ashley.
Oh no.
Well, I accidentally just permanently erased some other Ashley from my life. Also, that whole process made me realize I have way less friends than I thought I did. Like, I didn't have too many to begin with, but I deleted a lot more people than I thought I would, and my contact list is far smaller than it was before. What if dogs were the humans of the earth? Like, instead of a human society, it was dogs. What would they create? Would they build a government?
Oh, okay. We're not talking about the numbers anymore. What, were you gonna add dogs to your phone contacts? But no, she moved on. We're on a different topic now.
Jaiden doesn't really like to do transitions, does she?
No, she does not, and we love her for it.
Yeah. I really like you. And I want you. Do you want me? Do you want me too?
What would their education system be? Would they create dog hobbies and dog sports? I'm not talking about the typical throwing frisbees and tennis balls. Maybe they'd create a game where they wear face harnesses with a scoop that can hold a ball, and they have to toss the ball into a hole on opposite sides of the court, each hole providing a different amount of points depending on its difficulty. Kind of like soccer or football combined with basketball. And there's teams, so they need to strategize and work together to win against the other dogs. Would they create art and music and invent things? Do they have passions that we couldn't think of? Like, if humans were just a wild animal, it would be much harder for us to realize that, say, playing a saxophone was your passion, because, wild animals can't invent saxophones, silly.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, we're the silly ones. We're the silly ones, Jaiden. Yeah, so, sorry. In this video of serious concepts, how could we think something so silly? What, dog? Why could a dog invent a saxophone? It only makes sense that they have a society and laws and government. That makes way more sense, Jaiden.
So you'd never discover that side of yourself. But what if dogs could discover their passions and creative sides like humans? I'd want to go to a dog art museum and see what kind of art they'd make. Aren't you curious? If dogs had the intelligence and creativity of humans, what would they do with it? Could they run Earth better than we are?
No, because I don't have hands, bro. There's so much that you can't do just because you don't have hands. If dogs were as smart as humans, they'd be like dolphins. Dolphins are really smart too, but they can't do anything. They just got flippers. They just got flippers.
They just got flippers.
Yes, Kermit. They just got flippers.
They just got flippers.
Just got flippers.
They just got flippers.
Could they run Earth better than we are?
No.
In a weird way, I'd kind of hope so. In horror movies, why is it always the piano that's the haunted, pretentious, scary instrument? I've seen the scenarios where pianos play themselves, the keys are smashed down to make a really ugly sound, maybe the occasional lid will slam down and kill someone. Is it because people see them as elegant yet ominous at the same time, setting up a good atmosphere? I want to watch a horror movie where instead of walking into a big empty room with a haunted grand piano in the center, a character walks into a big empty room and sees a ghost playing.
Oh my gosh, that scared me.
I'd be much more engaged in a movie like that. Just saying. Why does nobody talk about half-popped popcorn kernels? They're just as good as the full-popped ones. After you've consumed 97% of your popcorn, you get to the kernels at the bottom, and instead of throwing them all away, you should crunch on the ones that are semi-popped. Heck! If you don't eat the half-popped kernels, you're missing out on some of the best things in life.
Isn't popcorn fascinating?
Where's this going?
How is popcorn made? How is that a thing? What a crazy thing. There's nothing else like popcorn. Popcorn. I never eat it. I never eat popcorn. I went through a really short phase of eating popcorn in my life. I was a really picky eater as a kid, and so I didn't eat like anything. And I picked up popcorn when I was like 11, and I had a little bit, and I was like, okay, I like this, I'll eat it. And so I was eating popcorn, and then I just went to one friend's house, and they made popcorn that was way too buttery, and I have never had popcorn since. It literally ruined popcorn for me.
Well, Robert, it's okay. I don't like popcorn either.
Has a frog ever eaten popcorn in the history of frogdom?
Yeah, there was a Lenny down the street a couple days. Anything?
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
One time I was at the grocery store getting groceries. Yeah, great script right in there, Jaiden. That was poetic. And at the checkout, I could tell the cashier was new at her job. Not like she was doing everything wrong, but you could see she didn't have the fluid motion down of a professional grocery store scanner. Those people have it down like it's an art form. It's beautiful in a strange way. So she was scanning the things, and she got to the cilantro. You probably know this, but you can't just put a barcode sticker on cilantro. I think some stores will wrap a tag around it, but the place I was at just had a serial code that the cashier had to manually punch in. So the girl was flipping through the book that had all the serial codes in it, and she couldn't find the cilantro code. I've never mentally connected so much with a stranger before, because I knew exactly what was going on in her head. She was trying to quickly find the code because she didn't want to feel like she was taking up time by being slow, but in the stress of trying to quickly find the cilantro, her brain was getting frantic, which made her gradually start internally freaking out even more because she felt like she was taking way too much time trying to find the code. Repeat cycle getting more and more intense every time, and maybe after a minute of her trying to find the code, she just silently put the cilantro in the bag. She gave me free cilantro out of panic.
That's hilarious.
Also, did you know there's a website dedicated to hating cilantro? www.ihatecilantro.com. They write haikus.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Listen, I didn't eat much Mexican food when I was in Canada. Well, because I was in Canada, but I went my entire life without ever having cilantro until I moved down to LA, which obviously Southern California has a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Mexican food. So I went through like 24 years of never eating cilantro to suddenly eating cilantro like once a month. I didn't even know what it was before I moved to LA. Crazy. My thoughts on it? It's fine. It's weird. It's definitely weird, but it's fine. You know, it's like, it just makes a taco taste like a taco to me. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, a taco ain't a taco if it ain't got cilantro. Bars.
Stressing about a close deadline is kind of relaxing in a sociopathic kind of way. We've all done it. You procrastinated a bunch on a project and are in the phase of crap, because it's due tomorrow and it's already 10:45 p.m. and you've only got like 0% done. But if you think about it, it's kind of nice to see it as, well, I'm totally stressed and panicked out of my mind right now and would rather just self-implode. But this feeling is only gonna last for a few more hours. Since the deadline's so close. If you didn't wait until the last minute, it would have been a less intense but drawn out feeling of dread while working, versus this approach, which even though is 10 times more mentally and emotionally draining and likely very bad for your health, only has to last for like 1 day, maybe even 12 hours if you really push it. So pick your battles.
Wow, I have a lot. Like, okay, Kermit,
Yeah?
I need to kind of think a little bit during this. I kind of need to talk about like life things, and you're just slightly distracting, and I can't fully communicate what I want to communicate when you're here.
Oh yeah? What, you're saying I'm distracting?
I'm not. Yes, I am. What the?
I didn't think you were gonna be honest. I don't know what I can do about that.
You can peacefully go sit down, and we will hang out again soon. All right.
I guess that's it. See ya. Yeah!
Okay, so guys, real talk. I know I talk about ADD in a pretty lighthearted way, because while ADD is really, really tough, it is a big part of me and why I'm so creative and why I'm good at my job, and I'm grateful for my wacky mind. But I will say the most emotionally draining and awful part about ADD was school assignments and staring at them for 3 days in a row. So say I had a paper due on Sunday at midnight. I would open it up on Friday with the intent of doing it and spacing out my work so I'm not cramming. And I would stare at it all day. My brain would not let me start. And that's a problem that I still struggle with videos to this day, you know? Being a video editor with ADD is honestly very, very tough. Again, it's part of why a lot of the edits I do are very creative and funny. But that's why I couldn't edit these videos without Cameron helping me out. It would not be possible. I could not possibly do it. So, I guess real quick, let's give a shout out to Cameron. Thank you, my G. So yeah, basically in school, I would stare at the project for 2 days, and then when there's 4 hours left before I fail, then I just and get it done really quick. And that's the most focused I ever am, because there's consequences. And guys, man, that's tough. Anyone who's got ADD, ADHD out there, just know that I totally feel you. I know how hard it is. And if you are going through that kind of thing, I completely feel you and I see you. And just take really good care of yourself, drink lots of water, get some exercise, get outside, take care of your body, and it will make it a little bit easier for you at least.
But don't say I told you which one to choose. I'm not responsible for any crummy projects you haphazardly spit out. That's still you. My parents' house had really big windows in the living room, and sometimes birds would fly into them. Most often hummingbirds. Whenever one did, I would go outside to where it landed, and if it didn't die from slamming headfirst into a window, I would pick it up and help it calm down and recover from being stunned. A lot of people would probably say not to do that because it's a wild bird that can have wild bird diseases, and they're probably right. But imagine if you did that with humans. Some kid is outside running around. They blindly run right into a tree and collapse on the ground. You run over to help them, and when you get to them, you go, sorry, kid, you've got a cold. Can't help you out, buddy.
Yeah, what would you do? Guys, what would you do if there was a child right in front of you?
What would you do if there was a child right in front of you?
What would you do? Imagine if we treated children like hummingbirds. The world would descend into chaos.
Also, are you envious that I've gotten to hold a hummingbird before?
Yes.
One even fluttered around me when it recovered. I'm a bird master. Like I said in the beginning, I was jotting all these down over a relatively long period of time, so I didn't just write all these in one go. And after looking at the list I made, I realized I wrote half-popped popcorn 2 separate times at different occasions. I guess past Jaiden just felt extremely compelled to talk about half-popped popcorn. It is really good, though. Why do kids on the internet feel the need to tell their age so frequently? You see it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm 13. I'm 6. I'm 2. Is there a reason they do it? Do they think it's vital information they need to convey? Whenever I see a comment that starts with, I'm 9, and my brain kind of automatically writes off whatever they're about to complain about, I'm not saying people these ages don't say anything valuable to me. I really enjoy seeing, I'm 6 and really liked your video, because then it feels like that message was written with
full child pureness.
Yay!
You know the kind. They're still innocent beings that haven't experienced the cruelness of reality yet. But any other time, it's just a detail that adds nothing else to their statement.
That's so funny. I can totally relate to that. Okay, I'll tell you what comments I actually do really like. I don't care if you say your age in your comments. It makes literally no difference to me. Do it if you want. I won't treat you any different. But I will say some of my favorite comments are when people tell me that they watch my channel with like their dad or their mom or their sister or their brother, just like family members. And it like, I'm the channel that you watch with them. That's like my favorite thing. And that's why like I really want to always make my videos family friendly, because I love when families can bond over my videos. I think that's awesome. I love it. So anyways, shout out to anyone watching with a family member. That would be really cool. Hello family member, you're cool, and your family member watches cool vids. I hope you're having a great day. That's all I got for you.
One time I got an email that said, "I love your vids, I'm 7. So I responded with, "Thanks. I'm 19. Do they feel like they're obligated to express their age? Do they think they're asserting dominance? Is it an accomplishment to them? More mysteries I have yet to find out."
I mean, I guess so. Like, I've been 7 before, but I guess I didn't have the internet when I was 7. You know what it was for me? I used to go on online forums when I was 10 years old, and I didn't want anyone to know my age, because I was talking in a community of like teenagers, and I didn't want them to know I was 10 and then be like, get the heck out of here, 10-year-old. You know, you can't have opinions on video games when you're 10. So I was like, I never told my age online. That's the last thing I wanted to do. But that's also so interesting. I really like that ponderance. And you know what else I really like, people? You checking out Jaiden's channel. If you have not subscribed, make sure you have done it. Here's the whole playlist of Jaiden Animations videos that we have looked at. Make sure you're caught up. There's some really good ones. Also, here's a video that YouTube thinks you will like. Are they right? You let me know. This was a really fun video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Peace.